Welcome back to another episode of my Salute House. In this video, I will be saluting Alma's Way, one of the most wonderful modern preschool animated series that I have ever seen. I first discovered this show in 2022 when I was 14 years old, about a month before my 15th birthday. At the time, I was living in Legazpi City, Albay, and I happened to come across clips and episodes of the show on YouTube while searching for children's cartoons that I had never heard of before. Even though I was already well outside the main target audience of preschool television, something about the show immediately caught my attention. The characters felt genuine, the stories felt relatable, and the lessons were presented in a thoughtful way that respected its viewers. To this day, I still think Alma's Way is such a wonderful modern preschool animated series. Unfortunately, almost nobody in my country seems to know about it, which is a shame, because I believe it deserves far more recognition than it receives. So, without further ado, let's roll up to the main nave. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Honestly, Alma's Way is one of the most refreshing preschool cartoons I have discovered in recent years. Many modern children's programs usually focus heavily on action, comedy, or simple educational concepts. While there is nothing wrong with that, if I am not wrong, Alma's Way stands out because it teaches children how to think through problems, rather than simply giving them answers. That approach immediately impressed me a lot, to be honest to you guys. Instead of telling viewers what to do, the series encourages them to pause, observe, reflect, and consider different perspectives before making decisions. I think that is a valuable lesson not only for young children, but for people of all ages. If you guys don't know about this show, let me tell you what is Alma's Way. Alma's Way is a PBS Kids animated series created by Sonia Manzano, who is also well known for portraying Maria on Sesame Street. The series premiered in October 2021 and follows Alma Rivera, a confident 6-year-old Puerto Rican girl living in the Bronx, New York. The show's central concept revolves around Alma's think-through moments, where she pauses to carefully consider situations, understand other people's viewpoints, and make thoughtful decisions. The series aims to teach self-awareness, empathy, and responsible decision-making. This is what Filipinos, who are watching this video now, must learn and know those factors for lifelong experience in life, both real life and social media. Let's talk about the main characters in my personal analysis. If you, from the US, were watching this video now, I don't need to use circle indicators. Follow this example. Alma is the main protagonist of the series. Once again, she is 6 years old, and she is confident, thoughtful, creative, friendly, and emotionally intelligent. One thing I admire about Alma is that she is not portrayed as perfect. She makes mistakes, misunderstands situations, and sometimes struggles with decisions. That's normal about kids' attitudes. However, she always takes time to think things through and learn from her experiences. I think Alma is one of the strongest preschool protagonists introduced in recent years because she demonstrates genuine problem-solving skills. Junior is Alma's younger brother. You see that boy over there? He is 5 years old, 1 year younger than Alma's. He is energetic, playful, and curious. Like many younger siblings, he sometimes creates challenges for Alma, but their sibling relationship feels realistic and relatable. Alma's parents are among my favorite adult characters in preschool television. They provide guidance and support while allowing Alma to think independently. Rather than solving every problem for her, they encourage her to develop confidence in her own decision-making abilities. I think this is definitely a recommended show for my kids around the neighborhood I am standing in. Another strength of the series is its diverse community. The neighborhood feels alive and authentic. Friends, neighbors, relatives, and community members all contribute to Alma's experiences and lessons. The show's depiction of Bronx community life is one of its most distinctive qualities. One reason I enjoy Alma's Way so much is because of its realistic approach to everyday situations. Many preschool shows focus on fantasy adventures, magical worlds, or exaggerated conflicts. Alma's Way proves that ordinary life can be just as engaging. The stories often involve friendship, misunderstandings, family relationships, community events, and personal growth. These situations feel authentic because they are the kinds of experiences children encounter in real life. And even though I first watched the show at age 14, back in 2022, before I turned 15 a month later, I found many of the lessons surprisingly relatable. The show's emphasis on empathy and considering other people's perspectives is something that remains valuable throughout life. And do you know how I applied lessons from the show? Let me tell you, one lesson I learned from Alma's Way is the importance of slowing down before making decisions. As students, we sometimes react quickly to situations without fully understanding them. Alma's habit of stopping and thinking encouraged me to consider different viewpoints before reaching conclusions. The show also reinforces empathy. Whether dealing with classmates, friends, family members, or other people, understanding another person's perspective can often help resolve conflicts more effectively. These lessons may seem simple, but they are skills that can be applied in school, relationships, and everyday life. Do you know why more people should know about it? One thing I find surprising is that very few people in the Philippines seem to know about Alma's Way. Whenever people discussed preschool cartoons, they usually mention more famous titles. However, Alma's Way deserves to be part of those conversations because of its thoughtful writing, relatable stories, and positive messages. The series has also been praised for its authentic representation of Puerto Rican culture and Bronx community life while promoting empathy and decision-making skills. I genuinely believe that more viewers would appreciate the show if they gave it a chance and make the world a better place for all ages. So in conclusion, Alma's Way is one of the finest modern preschool animated series that I have discovered. Although I first found it through YouTube in 2022, when I was 14 years old and living in Legazpi City, it quickly became one of the most memorable modern PBS Kids programs that I have watched. Its focus on empathy, thoughtful decision-making, self-awareness, family, friendship, and community makes it stand out among many children's shows today. I would absolutely recommend Alma's Way to parents, children, educators, and even older viewers who appreciate well-written educational animation. And that's all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching this salute on Alma's Way. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, feel free to leave a comment below sharing your thoughts on the show and your favorite Alma's Way episode. This has been Antonio, now signing off. See you again in the next episode of this series. To God be the glory, always. Be safe in the power of Him, forever. Amen.